Wednesday afternoon is done. LaSalle taking it 25-22, but it was a tight one, Noreen.
Yeah, but you know, you talked about it earlier. NU playing a lot better in this game as compared to when they played Ateneo. And even for LaSalle, they did start out, you know, a bit shaky, a really tiny bit, but that they were able to find their form early and just win this first set.
But again, the same story for NU, Noreen. The errors plaguing them.
Yeah, 9 errors. That's a lot for one set. And all other, you know, categories pretty much even. 32, 2 and 1. But it's also, yeah, it is the errors of NU. So if they can actually minimize the errors, it would be a close, even more closer match.
Maraming salamat muli sa inyong pagtutok sa ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Anton Rojas kasama si Noreen Go. We also have Janine Choi reporting for LaSalle. And of course, Trisha Robredo for NU. And NU starting off this set with yet another error. That's error number 10 for them.
Yeah, and Ivy Perez obviously showing her frustration, just punching the ball out of the court.
21 errors in their last match against Ateneo. 3 more than the Lady Eagles. Singh gets blocked by Aragalang. We talked about the 5 blocks Jihan in the last match.
That's right, Aragalang. You know, for somebody like an outside hitter to have that number in terms of blocks, that's such a bonus for a team.
Nawala na si Abby Maranyo. Perhaps it's also part of Aragalang's plan to try to contribute in that department as well. Mandapat with a slicing spike, and the referees are taking a while to figure out whether that was good or not.
Well, the linesman called it out.
Let's take a look at it right here.
Yeah, it was good.
So it's a point for Riza Mandapat.
Yeah, so the referee actually reversed the call, which was a good call. We saw it in the slow-mo.
Coach Dong De La Cruz did mention Mandapat as one of the players that he's expecting to step up for NU this year.
Yeah, but big shoes to fill. We're talking about Mina Agdanon.
And the thing is, for players like Mandapat, for Dada, and Singh, barely played last year, all of a sudden you're asked to do so much as a starter. So you go from a workload of an entry-level employee to the workload of a boss.
Yeah.
Medyo mahirap yun.
Oh, mahirap yun. But we all know as a player, that's what you look forward to. You train because you want to be part of the first 6, and this is your moment.
Dapat tosses it up to Singh. Blockers were there for LaSalle. Dorel Singh now with 4 points in this match.
Yeah, a little pinball action there between Makandili and DeLeSyU.
Dorel Singh the third.
So far, the surprise contributors for NU is Singh. Para naman sa LaSalle, Kim D with 3 points also, but no surprise here. Aragalang continue to pour it on this afternoon.
Yeah, you know, if we can use the first game as a benchmark to her season, they're definitely MVP type of conference for or season for Aragalang.
But if we're going to be realistic, Marina, I mean, we can't expect 27 points a match for Aragalang unless this is a video game. But what type of average do you see Aragalang putting up this season?
Easily, I would say around 20, 18 to 20.
I think that's more realistic. I think that's possible. Very doable for Aragalang. Service error by Mika Reyes. Let's go now to Janine Choi.
Anton and Noreen, Coach DeLeSyU says that the girls started slow during the first set. Ang sabi pa niya, malamig kayo sa umpisa. He even reminded the girls, huwag niyong i-anticipate ang gagawin ng kalaban. Tumingin kayo sa galaw ng bola dahil walang perfect sa volleyball. Coming into the second set, the girls must remember the instructions given to them and also must remain alert in all situations. Back to you, Anton and Noreen.
Thank you very much, Janine. And alam mo, Noreen, Janine was telling me, grabe daw mag-practice itong LaSalle. Minsan, 8:30 AM simula ng practice, matatapos yan 12:30. Imagine, 4 hours on the court.
Wow. Well, yeah, but actually I heard about that, and sometimes twice a day. So, alam mo, kung gusto weight loss program, sasama ako sa training nila.
7-3.
But you know, that's why also you rarely see players get cramps because they are so fit during the season.
Kondisyon na kondisyon.
Yep.
LaSalle on top, 8-3 here in set number 2. Tuloy po ang aksyon dito sa loob ng arena sa lungsod ng San Juan. LaSalle umiinit na. 8-3 ang kanilang kalabangan. Make that 9-3 after that miscue on the spike by Jaja Santiago.
Yep. That will really not help the NU cause. But you know, one thing I noticed also for LaSalle, I'll say it after the service. Okay. No, they have really developed their serves. All of them. Kim Fajardo, Desiree Cheng. Ang bibigat ng service nila lahat. Obviously, that's you know, a pre-season workout.
I will follow up on what you said after we listen to this huddle.
Pinapalo natin outside lang. Okay? Yung receive, ilapit mo konti para makapag-play. Pag maganda, bigyan mo rin para magano. Ha? Kaso hindi tayo makareceive eh. Malalayo. Puro open. Pag binigay, lihis, kapit.
Yeah, obviously, Coach Dong stressing again on their reception because walang receive. That's his exact words. Walang receive. So they can't actually go to their quicker. Like Dadang has yet to actually, you know, parang be a factor in today's game.
Now going back to what you said about the serves as another difficult serve to handle and another service ace. Feeling ko, and this is just what I think as a commentator, as a fan, LaSalle worked on their service during the off-season kasi number 2 sila sa department na yun. Number 1,
gusto nila.
Ateneo.
Oh, wow.
Siyempre gusto nilang makabawi. Let's go now to Trisha Robredo.
Anton and Noreen, aside from his Cruz coach, Ariel de la Cruz, points out that one of the biggest problems of the Lady Bulldogs remains to be mental toughness. Napansin niya sa konting pagkakamali pa lang ay natataranta na kaagad ang girls. At kahit gusto naman daw makabawi, masyado naman silang nagmamadali. Kaya naman sa huddle, his instructions were to focus on one skill at a time. Focus on service and good reception at saka na ang extras. Coach Dong also expressed frustration over the errors made in the first and second set. Ang dami niya masyadong binibigay na points at doon sila kumukuha ng momentum. Huwag niyo sayangin ang pinaghirapan sa giveaways. That's all for now, Anton and Noreen.
Thank you very much, Trisha. It is the same tune again. Yung mga giveaways, yung mga puntos, unforced errors na ibinibigay ng Lady Bulldogs sa kanilang mga nakakalaban, just like that one right there.
On cue. Yeah, we mentioned that, no, that's their Waterloo, is the errors. They have everything. They can block, they can, obviously their offense, but they're just committing too many errors, and that's what's, you know, look at the lead of LaSalle now, ballooning to 9.
And what seems to be the reason, Noreen? Is it confidence? Is it the lack of focus? As we see that powerful kill by Jaja.
I think it's more mental than anything, because we know that they have the capacity to play better than they are right now, and it's just, you're right, you know, they have to focus and forget about their errors. Obviously, they're dwelling too much on the errors and what they're supposed to do.
They should feed off spikes like Jaja Santiago, the one you saw a while ago on Owishi. Oh wow moment, open up the everyday surprises with Owishi. Oh wow, as the blocking of LaSalle continuing to be a force here in the UAAP.
Yep, that's right. Well read, well anticipated there. Kim Fajardo. That's why, you know, that's why she's so deadly. You know, not just as a setter, but because she can also block.
14 block points in their last match.
Rare. Well, not really rare, but an error there by Kim D. Service error there.
gets an earful from Coach Ramil, and that's not surprising because that's what a coach has to do. I remember last year Coach Ramil told me one of the hardest things to do as a coach is to mold a new player into a veteran type of player as Mika Reyes.
Finally!
Oh, yan ang iniintay ni Coach Ramil. Mika Reyes to have a breakout game. We see perhaps a preview of what she can do on our McDonald's Instant Replay. Don't miss a spike. Dial 86236 for a BFF chicken bundle.
Yeah, but we also gotta give credit to the reception of Ara Galang. And that was basic picture-perfect volleyball for you.
Lead is up to 10 for LaSalle as we head to...
On a weekday, you mentioned it earlier that we are packed.
I made sure to come here early. Mandapat. Difficult hit, but nonetheless, she gets a point to go for NU.
Oh, they called it out.
Oh!
Another hitting error, Anton.
So the same problem continuing to plague these Lady Bulldogs, and DeLeSyU apologizing to Coach Ramil.
Judges Santiago now to serve for NU. They need something special from this girl as they're down by 10.
And another thing about NU is, you know, the more they commit the errors, the more they fall behind, the more they lose their confidence.
Yeah, and that's so obvious because normally like Mandapat, Pablo, you know, the hitting errors, it's really just getting the best of these players, especially in the set.
Can we consider this, Noreen, another rebuilding phase for NU?
Well, we did look at the lineup. There are a lot of freshmen, so obviously, Coach Dong has something different in mind.
7 new additions to this NU side. Based on what we saw on the lineup, or rather Desiree Cheng falling down.
Yeah, but that was a great block.
Yeah.
I think it was Myla Pablo.
Shades of what we saw from NU last year. NU was the number 2 team last year, averaging 2.2 blocks per set. Obviously, they were taller last year.
Yeah.
But somehow they have to find a way to maintain that. Never want to take a step back as a sports program.
Yeah, but still, you know, they're still a tall team. I mean, when you look at the first 6, still a very tall team, especially with Judge there. The average obviously goes higher.
Cheng blocked by Mandapat and Dadang.
Yeah, but obviously the coverage was missing there because it was such a gettable ball.
Ano pa bang gusto mong panuin na sa tingin mo napakadali sa'yo? Wala naman pa rin madali pa dyan. Hindi ka pinakamadali. Wala naman madali pa sa ginagawa mo. Kailangan tapawin mo yung tama. Yung wala, single grab, open grab, madali ka na mabilis, madali ka abutan. Basa.
Yeah, well, you know, Coach Ramil, obviously, that timeout was really for Desiree Cheng.
Yeah.
Parang one-on-one nang nangyari. And it's just, you know, reminding Desiree of what she's doing and how she can improve. Because sabi niya, mabilisan mo ang ginagawa mo eh, di ba? Pero you gotta just focus because 1 block, 2 blocks, parang the same effect.
Tsaka talagang tinututukan ni Coach Ramil yung mga bago, mga sophomore. Kim D kanina, parang one-on-one din yun,
Yes.
yung previous huddle ng LaSalle na ating napanood. Ngayon naman, Desiree Cheng. And it's because he wants the development of the player to continue.
Yes, obviously. I mean, he's confident with Aragalang, DeLeSyU Fajardo, and Mika Reyes. So obviously, he's working on the other two, which is yun na nga, si Desiree Cheng and Kim D.
The players who will one day lead this team.
Also.
Riza Mandapat
Good serve.
already surpassing her output terms of points last season. Jaja Santiago, another.
She's really struggling with the Perez-Santiago connection, which normally is there. I mean, we saw it the first set, but so far in the second set, they just can't seem to connect.
It's got to be tough too for Ivy Perez because you know you have a 6'5" player and other players who are probably about 5'10" on average.
Yep.
Pag hindi pumipito, kunin natin yung bola. Ha? Huwag tayo titigil, huwag tayo mag-expect ng tawag niya. Okay, hindi naman overreaching kasi galing dito sa baba bola eh. Tumawid na, hindi overreaching yun. Okay? Eh, ang lulungkot na natin sa loob. Okay, o ano, sayaan natin. Ilapit lang natin yung score para mamaya sa susunod na set.
Yung huling linya ni Coach Dom, ang lungkot natin sa loob ng court. Yun din yung aming napansin kami ni Ann when we covered NU. Parang kasi ang kalaban nila Ateneo, eh, di ba, syempre, Happy Unity, Heart Strong. So, may kita talaga natin yung pagkakaiba eh. And NU talaga, we saw how sad they were. And Coach Dong pointing that out again in this match.
Yeah, and the way he said it, is parang he kind of giggled a bit. Parang sana mahawa yung players. Parang, look at natin.
First and foremost, di ba, yung mga batang players, the reason they play the game is because they want to enjoy. They want to have fun, and all the teams want to rediscover that joy.
Yeah, you're right. And, you know, he was being realistic by saying, just lapitan lang natin yung score for sa next set. You know, we're not being off.
Now here's a player who we're seeing for the first time this season, Clarissa Abriam, number 12 for NU. Coach Dong trying to find some new life on his team. Jaja Santiago continuing to be that dangerous weapon for National University.
Yeah, finally getting a point from the back row. But yeah, you know, Myla Pablo obviously struggled in was struggling here in the second set. That's why they had to replace her. Oh. Kim D with a quick kill.
Continuing to show her improvement here in this match as we have a Nescafe Creamy White Defender of the Day. It is the pair of sophomores, D and Cheng, brought to you by the drink of the day, Nescafe Creamy White, hashtag DOTD. DeLeSyU takes set number 2 easily as NU, a picture of frustration.
Yeah, actually, I